Yo guys, Semphis here. Gonna make a two-part video on things I'd like to see changed in Counter-Strike. Some of them are bugs, some of them are just like things I don't like or things that I think should be changed to like benefit gameplay. If there's anything I don't mention that you'd like to see mentioned, put it in the comments and I'll put it in part two. So first off, I'll just start off with my main complaint, which is like how the smokes behave in this game. I really am not a huge fan of the fact that someone can just crouch in a smoke and as it's fading, they can like see you before you see them if you're outside of the smoke. I think this is kind of like ridiculous. I don't think anyone enjoys dying when they barely see the dude. You see like the tip of his foot and like you're just dead. He's already spraying you down and you're just like, cool, I guess I suck. Like it just feels like you have no chance, and I'm not a huge fan of like it doesn't feel good in a competitive game to feel like you were gimmicked. Now you might say like, oh, you could avoid the smokes, and it's like, yeah, there's certain positions where like if they smoke ramp as a CT and they're sitting behind it or in the smoke, like yeah, you don't have to go and just stand behind the smoke. Like you could be around the corner or whatever. But like there's certain maps like Mirage, you smoke to your ramp and you jump on ticket, you're holding connector. They can just sit in that smoke with a Krieg or something, and as it's fading, they'll just murk you before you even see the smoke is fully gone and drop off. So it's like you always have to like preemptively fall off and like hide, and it's just to me not a great gameplay mechanic. Like I'm sure part of it is the fact that like the smokes are very glitchy in this game and it's hard to like properly make them work. But at the same time, maybe you would just do some minor change or major change where like the smokes just instantly evaporate for both people at the same time, and it's like, yeah, it's not as cool, it didn't fade, but at least no one is at a disadvantage. And I feel like most of things in Counter-Strike, I just want it to be like an even playing field. I just want it to be so the better player wins. So that would bring me to like aim punching, like when you get shot with head armor. Don't get me wrong, if you have no armor, I'm fine with aim punch. That's okay with me. Now this is probably gonna be opinion based, and some people probably don't even know like don't even really feel aim punch because, for one, if you use kind of like a medium higher sensitivity and you spray a lot, you don't really notice it. You just kind of pull down your spraying and stuff, and it's not going to be a huge deal for you. But if you're like more of a low sense player, you like to tap a lot, go for one shots, um, you're going to feel it. Like every once in a while, some dude will be slide spraying. You try to tap his head, and he's just hitting you in the upper chest, and you're just like and like yeah, it's really hard to tap him. You may as well. It's almost always a better idea to spray back at him. And personally, for me, I don't really understand the logic because it's like I'm already putting myself at a disadvantage trying to one shot. I'm trying to make the few bullets that I shoot before I die matter. But on top of that, I'm then at a disadvantage if I get hit by some guy wildly spraying. Like it doesn't really make sense. It's like the game doesn't want to reward people for having really good aim. So I would like to see that changed. On top of that, I would like first bullet accuracies for a lot of guns to get buffed. I'm totally fine with a gun like an MP9 or a Glock or like maybe I don't know. The Glock I haven't really put a ton of thought into it, but like MP9s, auto shotguns. I'm fine if they don't all have perfect first bullet accuracy across the map and stuff. Like those guns aren't really meant to be like tap guns anywhere. That anyways, they're kind of like spray, run and spray, like all that kind of stuff. So I'm okay with not every gun being perfectly first bullet accuracy, but things like ops, AKs, M4s. Deagles, USPs, like these guns should be very powerful first bullet accuracies. Like they should always, like if you walk around the corner and I'm standing there holding an angle and I shoot right on your head, the bullet should hit you in the fucking head. Like there shouldn't be a chance that I miss. Like I don't understand how you can play Counter Strike and be okay with that. I personally, that just enrages me. Um, uh, but um, but yeah, like for me, aim punch is annoying, and on top of that, first bullet accuracy. I would like to see those things just buffed. When it comes to FAMAS and Galil, you could make a little bit of a case since they're so cheap that maybe that's like the price you pay for buying them. Maybe they're not super great first bullet accuracies. I'm like I said, I'm not opposed to some guns being better than others with it, but I would like to see the main ones, the main heavy hitters, have good first bullet accuracies because you pay for what you get type thing. Um, now, that kind of brings me to crouch spraying. Crouch spraying is something that I'm not like The thing about crouch spraying is I'm not like, oh, you're a noob because you crouch spray, because obviously I do it. Everyone does it. It's in the game. Everyone should be doing it. My issue with crouch spraying is that it's really hard to one-shot someone that crouch spraying because their model gets all messed up. Like, go into a deathmatch, and when someone crouch sprays, try to one-shot them. Try to just shoot them in the head with one bullet. It's really hard. You have to lead your shot like in front of them. But before you even get your crosshair to like line it up, put it in front of their head where they're going to one-shot them, you may as well have just started crouch sliding and sprayed back at them. That's my main issue. Is like, I don't really like how mobile people can get. It's like you could go and turn your sensitivity to 9 and go into deathmatch and just crouch spray spraying and you'll get a bunch of kills. Like it's talentless. There's no talent to crouch spraying. Like that's the part I don't like, and it's very hard to punish it in certain situations. So I'd like to see like some sort of like I don't even know how you do it, but like the hitboxes get so screwed up when people are jumping, when people are falling, when people are like slide spraying. It's like the mechanics can't keep up. And the only example I can really think of is like when I don't know, like it's like the way the netcode is coded, and there's probably people much smarter than me that know how this stuff works. But an example I always tell people is like if you ever have like 5 ping and you play for someone that has like 240 ping, right? Now you would think that having 5 ping would mean like anytime you like ran around the corner full speed and the guy was just crouching waiting for you, you would just fucking instantly own this guy, because the fact that you have Peeker's advantage swinging into him on top of the fact that he's got such high ping would mean that it would be very unlikely that he would actually be able to hold an angle and kill you. But it's not true, because you can go into matchmaking or whatever and you can play versus these kids from Australia that play on Seattle servers, or used to, and there's times where I'll like jump around a corner and I'll be going so fast and I'll just get 1D'd instantly. And I'm like, dude, how is that even possible? Like, how is it even physically possible that I barely saw him with 5 ping and he has 240 and I get 1D'd instantly? Like, there's something weird with the netcode in this game, and I don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem to matter as much when you're playing like 30 ping versus 40 ping and stuff like that, or like 40 ping versus 75. Like it's less of an issue. But when it becomes extremes, it seems like the game like doesn't know what to do anymore, and it gives random people big advantages. That's why if you ever have 100 ping, never play like a pussy. Always play aggressive, because if you play, well, there's certain pings where it actually feels like you're at a disadvantage. Like if you have 90 ping and someone has 5, you better be swinging on those people all the time, because just standing your ground, you'll get owned. But then if you like up your ping even higher, then it like evens out or something. I don't understand it. Anyways, so another issue I have is the falling accuracy, jumping accuracy, all these things. Now, I'm not advocating this at all because I don't want this in the game, but I'd like to see things be consistent. So like if you can jump and at the top of your jump you can shoot and it's accurate, I would like it to always be accurate or never be accurate. Like right now it seems like you can jump and like 20% of the time you might fucking headshot the guy or op him, but like most of the time you won't. But the percentage is high enough that you may as well try. So it's really weird. It's like it creates like this big RNG that just shouldn't be in a game like Counter-Strike, in my opinion. Like an example is like if you were on catwalk, or if you're in lower B and a guy runs and jumps off catwalk, right? You are waiting for a guy who messed up. This guy played right into the hand that you laid for him, right? So he jumps off the cat, he's soaring through the air. You're like, bitch, you're mine, you're dead. So you look up, as he's falling, he just 1AKs you, and you're just like, fuck me, dude. Like, fuck me. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens enough that it can lose you around, or you know what I mean? And like to me, it's like like I said, I don't want it to be like this, but make things consistent, make them never work or always work, or like have a skill to it. Like right now it's like you're falling, you're probably dead, so the fact that it works enough, you may as well spray, because that is your most likely way to live. But like in my mind, it should be like you should be trying to strafe around and make a miss and land and one shot him. Like there shouldn't be this like, oh shit, oh well, I got lucky and killed him. Like I don't understand it. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Maybe I explained that poorly, but I don't know. I just hate it so much. I just hate randomness, and I want things to be consistent, and I want them to have skills like things that like like if you could time a jump and always hit it at the right spot, at least it's a skill. At least you have to like time it. At least it's hard. At least it's like something you have to set up and do. Like right now, you could just kind of do whatever you want. So those are a couple things, and I'll be making another video. So tell me what you think.